It's amazing how quickly the woodland floor becomes carpeted with a range of plants and grasses and brambles, all sorts. And we've still got plenty of dandelions. Dandelions are probably the main nectar source at the moment. Many a woodland floor, still wooded enemies out, and primroses too. But there's a very special flower that I found this morning, and I'm sat at the side of one. I have a thing for orchids. At one time of day I didn't think that the UK had any orchids in it at all, but then I became much the wiser and more knowledgeable and discovered that we do. We have a really good range of orchids in the UK. Nottinghamshire is not the best sited county in the UK for orchids, but we have our fair share, including this one, which is the first of our orchids to flower, and it's the early purple orchid. This patch of ground here, tucked away at the side of a narrow, well-worn footpath in the middle of Willow Park, used to be, well, I won't say covered with these, but there used to be many flower spikes just in this one small area. Today, this is the only flower spike that I've found, and I must admit, as I was walking through here, I'd completely forgotten about the existence of these orchids. The problem where this orchid is, and the other ones are or were, is that it's now no longer just a quiet, tiny footpath. It's used by motorbikers that come through here every weekend on at least a couple of occasions. I'm worried that that might have led to a decrease in the number of plants of this early purple orchid. But it's a beautiful thing, as are all orchids. There's no ugly orchid or horrible orchid at all. Well, I don't think so. But Nottinghamshire, while it has some cracking species, doesn't have the exotics like the famous lady's slipper orchids. Nobody has them apart from one site somewhere. So we have to make do with these beautiful flowers, and beautiful flowers they are indeed. The flowers are a rich sort of purplish pink, three-lobed on the lower part of the flower, and the upper part of the flower almost forms like a hood. Very attractive, and then there's a series of 3 or 4 spots towards the centre of the flower. This is, in terms of flower spikes, quite a poor one. There's probably about 10 or a dozen at most flowers on here. Some spikes would have more on, but say at the moment I can't be that fussy because this is the only one that I've found. And so here we are in the last week of April now, and this one will have been flowering for probably a week already. So you can see these and look for this orchid anytime from sort of mid-April onwards, and probably earlier down south. They always look fabulous things in a woodland setting like this. Absolutely beautiful. And apart from the odd flower of the wooden enemy, this is the only flower in this shot, at least that I can see. Always a nice thing to find though, and not particularly common. It's probably more widespread than what many people think, but it's always a nice plant to come across. Even more so when, as in my instance today, I'd forgotten about the occurrence of these plants here at Willow Park, and then all of a sudden I get this beautiful dark pink reminder, a reminder that we are now in spring.